Hey, what's goody, y'all? It's your girl Raina here. Thanks for tuning in to the channel Subconscious Truth. This reading is for Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading is for the weekend, and these are the energies surrounding us. And it may or may not resonate. It is a general reading, but let's get right to it. So I already pulled the King of Cups. That's you right now. So you could be feeling very intuitive, or you could be even on a spiritual journey. You know, maybe you're healing, maybe you're a healer, maybe you could be dealing with a King of Cups, someone who's very emotional stable or supportive emotionally. Maybe someone wants to offer their love, or you want to offer your love to someone. You could be dealing with someone who's very kind and very, you know, very, in a good energy for some of y'all, depending. But this is the energy y'all in right now. What's crossing y'all is this Page of Cups. Now it could be a child. It could be maybe somebody's shy. They don't maybe they have a crush on you. They don't want to tell you. Or this could be you. Some of y'all could be wanting to start in a new like a creative or a craft or some type of passion you want to start, maybe like art or tarot reading or some type of spiritual work. So maybe that's what y'all tapping into now. Some of y'all could be like very overly emotional. Maybe some type of childish behavior is maybe you being naive too. Maybe you could be thinking about this man or this person you want to be with. Maybe you're just daydreaming of them, or you daydreaming of some type of business you want to start, or if you get into spirituality, maybe you're thinking about that and you're daydreaming about that. But some of y'all could be just in this passive energy. You're not moving, but you're just thinking and wishing and feeling this desire to do something or act upon something, or you have a crush on someone, or something like that. Now again, you have the Ten of Wands, and this is a person who's not facing reality. So again, you could just be all in your emotions right now, all fantasizing, all building castles in the sky and not dealing with reality. You could be naive to a situation. Maybe this is going to create a burden for you, or maybe you are creating a burden. Maybe you are in your mind, or in your imagination, because maybe your life is just overwhelming and it's kind of like you need to escape from it. Maybe you have children, they could be overwhelming. Maybe these feelings you are harboring for someone, or this person is harboring, is becoming too bearable to like hold in. Maybe someone does have a crush on you, and they don't know how to approach you, but they holding it all in. But some of y'all definitely not facing a reality, and y'all just in your own damn mind. Yeah, man. See, you got this Five of Pentacles here. Y'all niggas is either, sorry to say y'all niggas, but that's just how I talk, man. I'm from the hood, you know what I'm saying? But y'all just, y'all either feel like y'all don't feel deserving, or y'all are suffering financially, or you feel rejected from, you just have this this insecurity about yourselves, and it's kind of like you may be wishing and hoping for somebody to come love you just how you are. It's like you need to accept yourself and love yourself. Or some of y'all need to just get out of your goddamn minds and your fantasies and deal with reality, because y'all fucking hurting right now. Maybe you wanting this King of Cups to come to rescue you. Maybe you wanting somebody to rescue you from this burden. But it's kind of like you're being in this childlike energy and you're not handling responsibilities. That's what I'm seeing here. Now you have the sun, like, I don't know, maybe y'all not feeling confident. Maybe y'all not wanting to be in this playful energy. And you letting your life take, maybe your life is just overwhelming. Maybe you have a lot of kids, or maybe the circumstances you're in, you're not liking them. But it's kind of like maybe you don't know what to do about it. You fantasizing about it. In the past, well, the limitation is the sun. Like, you're not, you need to free yourself. You need to come to the realization of whatever the situation is. Maybe you're in a situation that's not moving forward. Maybe you are dealing with a King of Cups, or you the King of Cups, and you're dealing with somebody who is acting like a child. Like, or maybe this relationship just never took off the way it should have, and it's kind of like maybe this person's be codependent on you, and you're dealing with, putting all the work, and it's falling on you. Maybe at one point you wanted this. Maybe at one point it made you happy and alive. Maybe at one point it was just sunshine. It was everything you wanted, but now it's causing a burden. Maybe you had a child and maybe you don't have enough money, and that shit is, is overwhelming. Or maybe you got in a relationship and it just never escalated to what you wanted, and it just stayed at this Page of Cups. And now it's you're putting in all the emotional energy into it, and this other person's being codependent on you, to help them emotionally out. Maybe or you doing this to somebody else. But it's definitely like somebody is not wanting to see the reality of the situation. They're just holding on to this burden, like, or you living in this fantasy. Maybe you at a job or at something where it made you feel alive and brought you happiness, but it ain't paying your fucking bills. You know what I mean? That's for some of y'all. It's just something you took on. You thought it was gonna bring you happiness, but you kind of was naive about it, and maybe it made you feel loved and feel good, but at one point you probably were being codependent on it, and now it's a burden. Somebody's not wanting to take responsibility, or they put the responsibility on the other person. You know what I mean? Because it's like they just want to stay in this childlike energy. You have the Five of Cups here as your outcome. And, this is somebody stuck in the past. Stuck in child energy. Like, you just trying to, either there was a time when things were really good, and your child, how we shine so bright as a child. Maybe we had a certain talent. We danced, we sung, we acted, or we had a certain talent, and maybe y'all stuck in that past, to make yourself feel good, but it's really causing more of a burden, because it's more like a fantasy, or you just stuck in the past, because you need to let go of this insecurity, whether it be fear or this lack mentality, or a codependent. You could be emotionally dependent on someone. Somebody, this is like emotional, like you looking for somebody to either love you, show some type of forgiveness towards you. It's like you need to accept yourself. You need to accept yourself, or you needed to accept something about yourself. Instead of trying to find somebody else to accept you for who you are, or what you haven't accomplished, or what some type of insecurity that you need to accept. You have this this Knight of Pentacles, so somebody could be coming in, that may help you, or you're gonna go through this Five of Cups, and you're gonna have to find your way to get out of these insecurities or this lack mentality or this fantasy and actually put in work. Like, you need, if you need to, like, basically you're needing to heal, because the outcome is saying basically like there's some type of loss, some type of regret, or you in this you always get a disappointment because you being naive and you're not being responsible. Like, you being like you're like a child, and it's kind of like you going to always end up with a disappointment, and it's kind of like you are needing to work through this shit, maybe by yourself. You know what I mean? You know, when people got this energy of water, they tend to not know how to deal with practical matters, and I know I'm one of them. You know, I have mad water in my chart, and when it comes to practical shit, I'm telling you, I don't like it. I don't like working around people and shit like that. I'll make a video about that, and it's like, I don't, you know, that's another story, but I'm not going to mix it up with this reading. But sometimes when people are very sensitive or something like that, the outside world seems very cold. You know, they just don't know how to cope with that. You know what I mean? So, you know, that could be some of what y'all going through. But back to the reading, I just feel like maybe I had some type of expectation, maybe something in the past, or, you know, maybe you were feeling very confident about something, and it just never really went anywhere, because maybe you have a lack mentality, you didn't have the confidence in yourself, or maybe you didn't have the right resources, maybe you just didn't have the energy to put the work in, and you know, maybe you trying to look for somebody else to make you happy, like you making somebody else responsible for your happiness, or you making a job to be responsible for your happiness. It's like you're trying to find your happiness, but it's like the expectation is not real, and you not wanting to deal with the reality. And I feel like with the disappointments, you are gonna have to deal with reality when it comes to the Knight of Pentacles. You may have to find the happiness within you. You may have to find the forgiveness within you. It's like you need to accept this situation. But if you have this energy of always being disappointment, always feel of regret, always filled with loss, you know, it could be this Knight of Pentacles that can help you with this, or it's like you're gonna have to work through this shit alone, and it's just gonna take time, and it's gonna take persistence, and it's gonna take you to be persistent on healing. Also with this Knight of Pentacles is reality. You know what I mean? This is something. See, when I see these nights, it's like an experience you got to go through. It's an energy you're going to have to go through. You can't escape it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just too much water. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're not taking care of the practical. You're not taking care of the physical. So it's becoming a burden. Like, you know, maybe the outside world is just becoming a burden. You know, we are living here on this earth, and it is reality, and we do have responsibilities, and we may want to live out our dreams, and maybe, you know, you may be living in the past, you know, but you may have to let those dreams go. You know what I mean? Right now, you're suffering. You know what I mean? Or you have this codependent energy, like, you know, you looking for somebody to make you happy. In reality, you need to find the happiness is within you, you know what I mean? But you need to heal. So, you know, maybe this Knight of Pentacles is saying, like, this person may help you to heal, or it's just you. It's gonna take time for you to heal, to get out of this depressive energy, to understand why you keep getting disappointed, and it's because of this Page of Cups. You have these false realities you create, or you are just you following. You could be easily influenced by your outside, you know, easily influenced, and maybe these people that's influencing you, you know, they're not. You don't know how to do things like them, because you're just a water sign. You know, a water sign is more goes off their emotions, their intuition, their creativity, their, you know, and maybe what you're wanting, the way you're handling it is not the right energy for it. And this is why you keep getting disappointment. You know, maybe the expectations are not, you know, real. So I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles, someone could be helping you to heal, or it's like you're gonna have to learn how to get out of this Five of Cups, and it's just gonna be, it may be a slow process, but you know, when you move forward, it's more like you need to be prepared. Need to be more realistic into it. And with this is, if you want something, you have to put the work in. It's not just gonna magically happen. You know what I mean? So, you know, this is for Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.